She is one of the women that are in the forefront of South African YouTube industry. She is an entrepreneur and also founder of Yolz Beauty. I am talking about Yolenda Jawe, popularly known as Yolz Channel. That is why in this video I'll be sharing top 5 secrets for Yolenda Jawe. But if you are just meeting, my name is Logo. My passion is to spread positivity, helping you stay motivated so that you can achieve greater success. Let us get to secret number 1 for Yolz Channel. Secret number 1: overcome rejection.
My last rejection in my past years was the best way I believe anyone could deal with rejection. Sometimes rejection is not necessarily for work opportunities or social opportunities. Sometimes it's heartbreak, you know, when somebody tells you straight, I don't want to be friends with you, or I don't want to date you anymore. The best way to honestly deal with that is for you to look at what you want in life, what's good for you, what's meant for you, and truly believe in your heart that that will be, and that in this moment in time, this is what's not meant for you. Sometimes I struggle to understand seasons, but they're also a good way of getting over rejection. Understanding that seasons are there for a reason. They will always pass, they will always change. Some people come into our lives only to leave a few months later. It is heartbreaking, it is painful. Friendships end sometimes tragically because somebody did something to you or said something to you. The best way to deal with that rejection is looking at it as another season. Don't look at how they've done you wrong, but look at how they've impacted your life positively, what they said to you that possibly changed the way in which you thought, and what other things they did in your life that were really, really good that you wouldn't take back.
Secret number 2: just start.
I obviously get a lot of DMs, right? We all know that. In fact, if you're an influencer, you know you get a lot of them. But the most common ones are, Yolz, I'm an aspiring XYZ. Yolz, I want to do this. Yolz, I want to start that. Sometimes it's, where do I start? Sometimes it's, I keep procrastinating. Sometimes it's, Yolz, I don't know where to start. And my answer usually is just start. Why? Because you never know where your own navigation can take you, okay? And once you do start, most of the time, that's when things start becoming clearer, okay? For instance, if I hadn't quit my job, I would not have stumbled upon so many different opportunities, or actually challenged myself to apply my mind to think, because sometimes that's all it takes. You're like, yeah, I want to start a business, but like, who do I contact? When you actually start the business, by simply going on Google, sometimes you might find the right person, or having a conversation, a taxini, with somebody and going, you know, I've been looking for a company that's looking for a caterer or an event organizer. You are more likely to actually stumble upon that right opportunity, or a small opportunity that will lead you the right way, by simply actioning what you want to do. Literally just starting. Now, I know sometimes it seems simpler said than actually done, but think about it. Say you want to start YouTube. You want to start a YouTube channel, right? And you're like, Yolz, where do I start? Oh, where did y'all start? She picked up the camera and she just posted a video, right? Because what you're asking essentially is, Yolz, I want to sit in front of the camera. So why aren't you doing that? I want to ask you that very question. Why aren't you doing just that? And if the question is around maybe your shyness, I'm a bit shy, why don't you stand in front of the mirror and talk to the mirror? You know, the one mistake that I think I made in high school was not practicing enough. And this applies to everything. In sports, I played netball, but I was never really the best netball player. I never practiced. Then I realized in accounting, I did accounting, and I always fell short. Like, I always got a B or a C in accounting. And I'm thinking to myself, well, in high school, if I just practiced, I would have gotten an A. Because the one thing that got me A's in economics, in varsity, in or finance, even investments, was actually practicing. When I looked at my books and I did something over and over and over, that is the only time I got to master it. So how do you expect to become a master if you don't even get to the part where you're practicing? How are you going to get to the part where you're practicing if you're not even starting? So just start. The worst that could happen is you falling on your face. It's you stumbling on your words if you're going to be talking in front of the camera, you know, and post that video. The worst that could happen is somebody maybe laughing at you. Okay, did you die? Ufil? Usapil? if you're still alive, then just get up and keep going, okay?
Yolz Channel secret number 3, fall forward.
So I just want to encourage anyone who might find themselves in a situation right now where they don't know what to do. The biggest way to get out of confusion is to make a decision. Of course, after praying about it, you internally know where you should be. You intrinsically know what you should be doing. Sometimes it's not because we don't want to do it, but because of fear of judgment, you know. So in your fall, don't be afraid to fall. Somebody said on Twitter actually the other day that what's worse than making a mistake is not learning anything from your mistake. Now I look back and I say, wow, I'm so glad I got to fall or fail at that time, because had it not happened then, it would have happened much later and my career trajectory would have been so different. Did I even say that word right? It doesn't matter, you know, let's just keep it moving. Let's fall forward for this moment only. So whoever needs this motivation, whether it's matric that you may have failed or some subjects that you may have failed, whether it's your previous year, your final year, or it is your first year right now and you're not feeling 100% positive, rather make the decision now that you know intrinsically you should make than later, because you don't want to look back and have major regrets. Somebody also used to say at my work, while you're still young, try and make all the mistakes that you can, so as you grow older, when you have more to lose, you lose less. Okay, now while we're young, we have very little to lose. Life is very short, of course, but at the same time, I'd rather make all the mistakes now and just make sure that you look back at your mistake, learn from those mistakes, make sure that you know why you made those mistakes and how you can possibly improve from there, you know. And if you do fall forward.
Secret number 4, your gift will make room for you.
A lot of the times our dreams, we want them to be validated by the world, we want them to be seen by many people, but it need not be seen, you know. At the last time we were here, I think I was speaking about, I don't even know which topic we were talking about, but I was talking about somebody being a whisperer of hope and encouragement among their friends. You don't have to be the loudest mouth to be gifted. You don't have to be the person. I even speak in the workplace, how I've seen people work through their talents that have made them stand up before men. You know, I used to see this one girl at work. She was a researcher. She was a brilliant researcher, and the moment she got out of feeling as though this is not a gift and started reaching out to people with her research papers, she sat on the news, on TV. She was interviewed multiple times, things she didn't even dream of because she's not that person, but her research brought so much value, not only in the company that we worked at, but in South Africa as a whole. People wanted to know her opinion on the economy. People wanted to know, I'm not even going to mention her name, people wanted her opinion on where we see the markets, you know, time and time again, especially related to property and all of those things. So her gift was reading. She loved reading and she loved extracting certain things and putting it in her own opinion, and therefore looking at how she would forecast things in the next 3 to 6 months and in the next year. And she's somebody who is now even advising people like the SARB, you know, SARB, the Reserve Bank, because they want to know her opinion. But it started off with somebody sitting in her desk and realizing that my gift is interpreting all this research, all this raw data, and translating it in my own words that's understandable. And then only was she able to really translate that, interpret it before a lot of people who found that valuable, and now we see it on our screens, you know.
The last secret for Yolz Channel, which is secret number 5, never doubt yourself.
So I've been chatting to somebody via DM this morning, and they went straight into saying that they deleted some of their videos on YouTube because they thought they weren't good enough. And as much as she wants to help people with their spiritual lives in terms of like motivation and stuff and cover fun facts, she just deleted those videos. She doesn't feel, you know, they were good enough. So after reading this, I was a little disturbed because I know a lot of us get discouraged and demotivated, but do not stop believing in you, okay? Never doubt what you have to offer the world. Never doubt that what you have inside of you is not even good enough. It's great. It's amazing. And the reason why you're probably doubting yourself is because you don't know your why. It's very important for all of us to really have that one thing that we feel good when we're doing it. And generally, when you know what that is, you kind of have an idea of what your purpose is in life. You kind of have an idea of where your purpose is or where it's leading you to, okay? And it's not easy to find your purpose. Not everyone knows their purpose, and that's okay. But understanding your why is crucial in every single aspect of your life. Self-belief is paramount if you actually want to live out your purpose in this life. You can't be putting out things that you're not confident in and expect people to be confident in it. I always say, and I love that Mpumi mentioned it in her business advice video, you cannot expect somebody to put money in you if you can't even invest in yourself.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video added value to you. What is your favorite secret for your channel success? Check out the video also that I did on Umileto about top 5 secrets for success, and I will see you in another video. Cheers.